Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Raven here with the second installment of the intro to tactics stuff. So in this video, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing squad attack, which is 2 alpha. We're not going to focus on platoon attack. If you want to know how platoon attack's done, basically all it is instead of it being fire teams that are carrying out the task, it's a squad. So this first alpha team is, imagine a full squad. So all 9 guys doing what this team is doing. And then your Bravo element is your second squad. So what this team is doing is what a full squad would be doing. Okay, so moving forward, I'm just going to pick 4 random baddies here. I don't know, I got Russia selected. We'll do Napa, right? Okay, so boom. So we'll just put a few guys down, right? Oh, crap. Boom, boom, boom. RPG guy. And we'll say a PKM gunner, right? Okay, so that's our bad guy position and our friendly squad. So what's going to happen here in squad attack? So there's a few things that we need to quickly talk about. So one thing is the terminology of a bold flank. So bold flank does not mean move 50 meters in either direction, or like, I'm going to do a bold flank and you go out into the open here and then that's your bold flank. Bold flanking is basically breaking line of sight and getting around the bad guys to where they cannot see you or shoot at you anymore. Um, Another thing is your pace plan. Your pace plan is your primary, alternate, contingency, and emergency methods of communication. So that could be, if you're developing your SOP, it could be as simple as I'm going to talk to you on the radio from my primary. The alternate's going to be a buzzsaw, which is basically a chem light attached to a piece of 550 with a piece of high visibility material on the other end, so you can spin it like a saw. Your contingency could be using a flare, and then your emergency would be sending a runner, right? And then the next thing is assaulting through, and then basically, me personally, I like to bound through because you don't know what's on the backside of that objective area that you're hitting. Then the next bullet point to talk about briefly is shift and lift fire. So shift fire simply means if I am the saw gunner right here, right? Directly at this house is my initial target. If shift fire is given, I'm going to shift my fire from directly at this house to being from this house off to this field somewhere. And then lift fire, to me, means not cease fire. It doesn't mean stop shooting. It means stop shooting and look for targets of opportunity. So if you see one of these guys, start running off through the woods like a little bunny rabbit, that's in your target of opportunity area rather than, just continue suppressing that one house. Okay, so what's going to happen here? So the bad guys shoot at us. Just like react to contact, our alpha team gets online, our squad leader determines what's going on, and our bravo team pulls through security. So for this example, I'm just going to flip them around, but they'd get in their little crescent, right? Alpha team says, hey, 4 bad guys, direct front, 150, 200 meters, 300 meters, whatever it may be. Gives them, 4 guys, right? So the squad leader determines that he can take that fight. The squad leader tells the alpha team leader, hey, we're going to take this fight. I'm going to contact you over radio for shift and lift. Alpha team says, okay, Roger. Squad leader says, we're going to be assaulting to the right because the open field here is, well, it's not tactically advantageous. So the squad leader is going to go back, tell the Bravo team lead, hey, we're hitting this target, right? They're going to do that bold flank. So they're going to move back about 50 meters and then out 100, 200, 300, depending on terrain, enough to break that line of sight from the bad guys, right? And then, oh crap, what's going to happen next is they're going to move into that tree line. So now you want to do your flank into a tactically advantageous position. That way you don't move and then you're now getting shot at by the same guys that your alpha team's getting shot at. You want to break that so they don't know where you went. Okay, so once you're online, and it doesn't have to be a perfect line, you know, you could be over here and then moving at an angle like that, you know. But for this example, perfect line. Bet your friendlies get online and you're going to start creeping through the woods. You're going to creep up until where you can see the bad guys. Once you can see the bad guys, I can't see the bad guys. Once you can see the bad guys, you're going to do what's called the battlefield handover. Now, a battlefield handover is basically shooting your weapons aggressively and as fast as possible to allow your alpha team to hear, know, and understand that there's now more guns in the fight and they can bring down their rates of fire. And that's another topic for another video's rates of fire control and blah 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 blah. But boom. All right, so your Bravo element starts bounding forward while they're shooting until they get to their last cover and concealed position. Your alpha team is still shooting directly at the target location at this point. And then once your Bravo team gets to their last cover and concealed position, what's going to happen is your squad leader is going to call over the radio and say, hey, shift fire. So for this example, I'm just going to shift these guys, signifying they're shifting their fire. But in reality, all they're doing is simply just turning their sector of fire from directly at this house to, like I said earlier, out in this like open area from like the edge of the house. Now, your Bravo element is going to start bounding. They're going to bound up 2 dudes at a time. Boom, they bound. Oops, didn't mean to move everybody. Boom, they bound. Now the squad leader calls lift fire. So lift fire, like I said earlier, means, depending on who you are, it means stop shooting entirely. To me, it means stop shooting but look for targets of opportunity. So lift fire is called. Your alpha team is no longer shooting directly at anything. They're just holding their fire, looking for anybody who's squirting away and trying to get out of there. Your Bravo team is going to continue to bound through, and they're going to pick up or remove, is a better term, any weapons from the bad guys that they see. And then at the end of this video, I'll do like a little demonstration of assaulting through. That way you can have a generalized grip on it. So assaulting through. Boom, everybody's dead. Their weapons are stripped. Your alpha or your Bravo team, correction, sorry. Your Bravo team is going to do what's called a LOA. Your LOA is a limit of advance. Your limit of advance is typically 35 to 50 meters away from the closest bad guy to you. Reason being is that's generally how far somebody can throw a hand grenade. Now, if you can throw a hand grenade further than 35 to 50 meters, then you should probably be in the MLB or football or something along those lines. But yeah, boom. So what happens at the LOA is the team leader is going to go around to his guys and then give them sectors of fire, get an ammo casualty and equipment check. Perfect world scenario, nobody got shot, nobody got hurt, they just burned through ammo. Your squad leader is going to post up at the apex here. During this time, you can move your sectors of fire around. Now what's going to happen with your alpha team, once that's set, is your alpha team is going to get told to assault through. So they're going to do the exact same thing that Bravo team did, but they're moving through an air quote already cleared objective. Now moving forward from here, what happens is you do aid and litter. So if any of your friendlies got hurt, you're going to do aid and litter. If you have any dead or wounded, that falls under your EPW. And what you're looking for with EPW is, maps, cell phones, radios, any intel that can benefit your mission, right? So once that's all complete, what's then going to happen is you're going to do your red, white, and blue, which is your X filling off of the X. So we'll just say your alpha team burned through a metric crap ton of ammo. Your Bravo element's going to cross-load some ammo to give everybody the generalized amount. So we'll just say 5 mags per, and then 400 rounds of 5.56 link. So 400 rounds for your saw, and then 5 mags per each M4. What's going to happen is your Bravo element is going to step off and be your Alpha element to give your Alpha element some chill pill. So when red's called, your Bravo element steps off, resumes the path. White, your Alpha element, now your Bravo element steps off and resumes the original path of travel. And then blue burning means your squad leader steps off and he's like demoing any of the equipment or anything that is remaining, like, you know, weapons, gear, etc., that needs to be demoed. But that in a nutshell is a bare bones example of how to do squad attack, battle drill 2 alpha, if you will.
If you guys like what you saw, make sure you guys leave a like, comment. If you do subscribe, make sure you hit that little bell icon. That way you get notified every time I upload. But I hope you guys learned something. I like teaching this sort of stuff. It's pretty fun. Yeah. Cheers. See you guys in the next one.